Oh, you guys, we are here. We are at the day where I get to share with each and every one of you what I've been up to for over the past year, what I've been working on, all these little things that I've been hinting at like this, that I haven't been able to talk about. Let's just fucking get into it. Holy shit, I sold my business. I sold Eckis Marketing. Eckis Marketing has officially been acquired by Crowe PR, and I want to talk about it. Not only that, but I will be bringing on the founder of Crowe PR, who is also a woman with an all-female PR agency out of San Diego, and we will be diving into it. We will be talking about all things PR, marketing, why we decided that we are better together, why we decided that this was the next big move. This is huge. And this is something that I gotta say, I never imagined for Eckis Marketing. So let's start at the beginning. I was 22. Was fresh out of college, fresh out of working for Red Bull, for Aviator Nation. I went into a hospitality group in San Diego. For those of you that don't know what a hospitality group is, it's basically they manage all sorts of bars, restaurants, hotels with different owners and things like that. They help launch them, they do their marketing, they oversee their managing and staffing, whole nine yards. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do this for myself. I was managing 15 different properties on the marketing front. I was convincing Marriott in Hilton that they need to have an Instagram because Instagram was not that big of a thing as it is now. And we were entertaining bloggers to come stay that were pitching our properties to go do blog content at the properties. That is the year, that is 2017. Yes, 2017. And that is where we are currently at. So from that point until now, I've spent the last 6 years building and scaling Eckis Marketing. We offered social media, we offered influencer relations, branding, creative, and most importantly, or for most of us, know us through our events. I started doing events when I was back at Red Bull. And then from there, I started taking on clients pro bono to do event marketing for free because I was like, I can do this. Let me show you and then pay me if you like it, and I'll do another one. Since then, we've had incredible moments. We've been featured in Forbes, and Entrepreneur, Yahoo Business. I, was recognized by San Diego Magazine, Women of the Year nominee. There was just so many beautiful things that came from Eckis Marketing. And not only that, but it truly refined me as a human being. I, growing up, had a very interesting childhood. I was raised by a single father who was also an entrepreneur, and had a really interesting relationship with some people in my family. There was a lot of I was not going to amount to much, and that people really didn't see much in me. It's kind of like I was kind of like a missed opportunity type of kid. And I never really felt in place at school. I struggled in school until I realized that if I focus on something and something motivates me, I can actually do it and I can do it well. So I started doing well kind of toward the end of high school and beginning of college when I had a teacher challenge me. Then I figured out, wait, I can apply myself and I can actually be intelligent and smart and I can learn things and I could do hard shit. So all of that kind of led up to me walking off on my own and starting Eckis Marketing as a freelancer and then slowly starting to hire people. And it really seasoned me as a human. Business is something where I've always said this, but it's like a giant mirror for yourself. Shows you what you're made of, shows you what you're capable of, what you're not available for, all the good, all the bad, all your talents, all your weaknesses. And it asks you to continually show up and say it's not personal, when everything in your being feels like it is so fucking personal. Having the agency for the last 6 years has been my greatest challenge, and has also been my greatest delight. It's been my home. Eckis Marketing is my home. Oh, I didn't think I was going to cry. But through all of that, I've been working on this idea of what it would look like for Eckis to take its next step and to take its next chapter. There have been so many learnings this year. In fact, I did a podcast on it about 2023 and everything. And for me, looking at where I was sitting as the CEO and as the founder, it felt like I was limiting the potential of the agency. It felt like I wasn't truly giving all that I could give to it. And it's true, I wasn't. And I remember thinking, there's so much more here. There's so much more opportunity to grow and to move into something more beautiful and to evolve. And when I met with Anna Crowe, there was just this moment of clarity. And there was just this moment of, she was so the perfect person to step in and to want to do this with me. Because she not only shared the same energy that she saw from the marketing and PR space, but she had just grown Crowe to be this intentional, beautiful PR agency that truly services their clients and their team. She also had created a beautiful home. And it was a lot bigger home. It was a way bigger house with more growth potential, with more abilities, with more services, with more team, with more support. And when I looked at that, it felt like this was me now not just sending my kid off to summer camp, but I'm sending my kid off to college. That's how it feels now. Like, I'm sending Eckis Marketing off to go be better. And as the parent, I've done the job. I grew it. I loved her. I nourished her. I gave her the best shot. And now it's this next level of, now you get to go feel into this next phase of life, and you get to evolve and you get to grow. And that for me feels really awesome. I've had so many days where I didn't know if this was something that I wanted or something that would work. There were a lot of moments that I had conversations with people that told me that this wouldn't work. And that maybe it's just something where this isn't the right step. But I kind of held on to this idea. And it wasn't like I was seeking out a sale. In fact, this idea was prompted because a certain private equity firm actually approached Eckis Marketing in the very beginning. And after we were approached, things started to kind of turn in my brain of, where am I going with this? What are we actually doing here? And what is the landscape? Because social media and marketing is ever changing and ever flowing. And there needs to be the next moment of, what are we doing? How are we also growing? How are we also evolving? How are we bettering this business and the people inside of it? Once I had that moment, I also knew it's my time. This is my time to also look at, what am I doing with my life? There's so many things that I want to say on what's next. And I want to save a lot of the conversation around what's next for the agency for the podcast with Anna. And chatting with her and hearing her side and introducing, everyone to her. She's never been on the show. I've actually known her for quite a long time though. But what's next in this chapter is me truly looking at who I am and where am I going to go for my next foot forward? I can say right now that there's a couple different opportunities on the table, but ultimately, I find myself really looking at my passions. I love the people behind the brands. I love intentional building. I love the thrill of an event and an activation and doing that epic shit. I love the idea of watching someone smile because they get a concept or they think a campaign's cheeky. It's that creative side of me that's also kind of really shining through all this. And I think Eckis has always been a reflection of that in some way. But in order for me to also really lean into that creative energy, I need to also create space. And that's what I'm planning on doing in 2024. I plan to really work on what's next in the landscape of marketing and PR, what's next in the land of building a business and taking it to market and working with different startups and things like that. But I'm also in the space of I want to go and walk into a year where I don't have heavy plans. I'm not responsible for showing up somewhere. I'm not catering to, a team and clients and due dates and deadlines and deliverables. I keep it's funny because every time I've talked to someone close to me that's watched me go through this year, I keep referencing this break as like my summer vacation. Like I'm ready for my summer vacation. My mantra from the last podcast was I'm not done yet. And that feels so true. But I'm also in need of a summer vacation. I'm in need of a break. Someone told me when I was discussing this with them that I was quote unquote burnt out. And that kind of stung. And I think in some aspects it was very true of what I saw myself looking like this year. But as I'm walking through this, I'm not burnt out. I'm accepting of where I'm at. And I'm accepting of who I am. And now that I'm accepted those things and come to terms with them, I'm needing now that I need a break. And it's not going to be forever, but it is going to be a decent break so that I can clear my brain and come back to this creative side of who Whitney is and what's next for her. I still have brands I'm advising for, still actively investing. I am still running the show. I will still be unhinged on TikTok. I will still be me. But it's going to look a little different. And that's okay. Because we all love a good rebrand. So with that, I'm incredibly proud to announce that we've been acquired by Crowe PR and that I feel so confident and excited for what's to come with both myself and Anna and our teams and our clients and all the beautiful people that we get the privilege of working with every single day. But that I'm also very excited for this next chapter of truly releasing and truly surrendering and coming back to this joyous moment of what do I get to do with my life? And as scared as I should be, whether that's financially or like, what the fuck am I going to do with my days? I don't feel that fear yet. And I'm sure it will come. I shouldn't say that. It's come a little bit. I've had a couple nights where I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I think I feel more peace than anything. And I think, again, that's because there have just been certain things that have not been serving me for a very long time. And we're going to release those. So as we move forward together, here's what to expect. Expect me to still show up. Expect me to still be here. Expect nothing less than crazy, wild business ideas and marketing reviews and get ready with me's and the whole 9 yards. Lots of travel, lots of time, but also a lot more free space to really think about what's next and to open that up. And I'm also kind of holding that vision for all of us in 2024. I'm really holding this vision of let's create some space. Let's create some time. Let's take a moment to sit and rest in it. And then let's move forward. I'm so honored to be sharing this news with you guys. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited to have you on the show. I'm very excited to be announcing it to you. I love and cherish this community so deeply. In fact, I had someone run into me in San Diego and she told me she's been a longtime listener of the podcast. And it was just so beautiful to hear and to meet someone in person. So I think I want to continue really just nourishing this community and listening to you. What do you guys want? What lights you guys up? What excites you? What guests do you want on the show? Should we do an event? I don't know. Hell, maybe we'll do it for, actually we already had a podcasting event a couple years ago, but our second podcasting event, let's do it. I just feel like the world's kind of the oyster. And, I feel like also too, 2023 wasn't an easy year for everyone either. So maybe this is just the nice little summer vacation that we need. I love you all. Stay tuned for our next few episodes. They are going to be so amazing. And stay tuned for what's to come. If you guys have any questions, I would love for you guys to DM me, to message me, to leave comments, leave a review. And as always, thanks for going under the influence with me.